Good morning, everyone. Today is our final day in Tombstone. It is really, really gorgeous this morning. It's been a little chilly, so I don't know how good the footage I got here is gonna be because it's been really, really windy, especially yesterday. But right now I am walking to a coffee shop that is kind of on this main road, and it is our last little part of Wild West days. So yeah, there's like nobody outside right now. So
Yours was regular, right?
Yeah.
You're actually the first person to ever actually mention that.
hello, Editor Greer here. I wanted to add a little piece about Tombstone's history really quickly because, like, if you didn't grow up in the Southwest in like New Mexico and Arizona where Tombstone is, you wouldn't really know a whole bunch about it unless you sought it out. So Tombstone started off as a mining town and got its namesake when the founder, Ed Shefflin, after joining different scouting parties from Camp Huacuaca, he ventured off alone away from these parties with practically nothing. And he would always like go out looking for like silver, gold. It was the like 1880s, so the like mining boom was happening in the West. And he would always come back with nothing, and the soldiers that he would join would often joke and saying that the only thing that Ed Shefflin would find was his tombstone. One day, he broke off on his own and found what he called the mother lode, which was an ore sample of silver that was valued at roughly $2,000 per ton. So Ed, like, called upon his brother Al and their finance partner, Richard Gerd, and they went and they settled along a cabin along the San Pedro River. They started a mining operation. When you start a mining operation, a bunch of people follow because everybody wants to cash in on it. So with all of these people coming and joining the mining operation that they started, they had this like tent city pop up, and then they just started building an actual city because they needed places to live. So as the miners were, setting up shop and kind of setting down roots and opening the city and working the mines, a group of people known as the Cowboys settled on ranches surrounding the mining community, and that their main purpose was they provided the miners with beef that they got from cattle that was stolen from Sonora, Mexico. And so these cowboys supplied the mining town of Tombstone through what is called rustling. And as the community and the surrounding communities grew, the silver ore was turned into a refined material known as bullion. And the cowboys are rustlers, so they are like, that's ours now. And then the townspeople were like, no. And then the cowboys were like, fine, bang, you're dead. And that went on for like 6 months. And so eventually, with all of the lawlessness going on with the cowboys in the Wild West, a group known as the Earp brothers, it's Wyatt Earp, his brother Virgil, and Morgan, and their friend Doc Holliday, they were like, we've had enough. So they kind of started fighting with the cowboys, going, no, leave our town alone. The cowboys were like, no, we want the bullion. And that whole infighting came to a head on October 26th, 1881. And that is where the most like famous gunfight in the American West took place. And that was the shootout between the Earps and the cowboys at the OK Corral. And that is the reenactment that you'll see here in just a second. And like while the fighting between the Earps and the cowboys was going on, there was also 2 fires that like completely wiped out the town, took down all the buildings. The first one happened in June of 1881, the second one being in May of 1882. Throughout the entire time, it's still a mining town, so mining continued until 1881 when the mines became flooded after hitting a water table, and they say there's no water in the desert. Mining continued until 1889. Mining continued until 1889 when they installed pumps to pump out the water. In 1889, the pumps failed and the mining operation failed along with it. With the multiple fires, the cessation of mining, the infamous shootout at the OK Corral, and just all of the history that Tombstone has gone through, Tombstone was dubbed by the townspeople the town too tough to die. History continues on. In 1902, there was a resurrection, like mines closing, so on and so forth. The town has a bunch of history, and it's really cool to see. One of the facts that you'll learn if you ever go there is the Birdcage Theater is the only building that you can see in Tombstone, that is original. That has like stood since it was built in 1881. So yeah, just a little bit about Tombstone history. Bye.
You don't even know us. For all that money we spent. You know what? I got half of mine that says we go back down there. We shows them who's boss.
We ain't going back down to the Alhambra Freight. That is just trouble we don't need.
Now what I need's another drink. By the looks of the two of yous, yeah, I could use another drink. Now come on.
Slow down. Don't think I had enough.
Had enough? Boy, I'm just getting started. You quit trying to rope me in now, Tom. What you so worried about? This thing? Tom, this ain't even loaded. Yeah, you think I'd point a loaded gun at you? Look, ain't nothing.
It doesn't help if I...
It's not now. Tom, you're fine. Get on up here. Come on. You realize you almost died? Archie! Archie! Boys, take it easy. I'm right here. Hey, Morgan Earpa. Morgan Earpa.
Woo!
Y'all got one job. Tell me, Tom, don't these Earp boys always look so darn pretty? No, we even bathed on occasion. Frank, you boys ought to try it.
Hey,
What
now,
is
what
you
is
trying
that?
to say? I smell you walking out the door. Don't give me that look.
Woo!
So how was Tucson, Doc?
Oh, the festival was a bust, if you must know. Plenty of money to be had, but none of it rubbed off on me, you see. But enough about me. How is respectable business treating you?
Doc, this is the place to be. You can practically just pluck the money right off the trees.
Now, you said that same thing about Dodge City, Wyatt.
It's different this time, Doc.
Huh.
I'm through risking my neck. I'm strictly on the up and up.
That is until this election is over. Isn't that right?
You heard my intentions.
Oh, I can already picture it. Wyatt Earp, County Sheriff. You have not changed at all.
Well, Doc, there's something I need to talk to you about.
Go on.
Frank McLaurin. He's on the warpath, and this time he's gunning for you. Now, he's got in his head you've been running your mouth. I'm turning his friends in for that Benson stage holdup.
So what if I have? Frank McLaurin is a no-good, yellow-bellied snake in the grass, rolling over on his friends like that. And for what? Some blood money from Wells Fargo?
I made that deal with Frank, Doc. If he gets the reward money, I can get all the glory. The deal would have come in handy come election time. I think he a snake in the grass.
No, Wyatt. You wear a badge and carry a gun. You're a politician. Frank has no such excuse. A man who would sell out his own friends like that, he's got no business living.
I just asked you mind your own business. But this is concerned, Doc.
If Frank comes my way, it becomes my business, Wyatt. You and I both know I handle my business the proper way.
Doc, understand. Family's everything to me. And you're not blood. But you're the brother that I chose. Our family's doing well here.
Oh?
The Oriental? That's a gold mine. Virgil, he's town marshal. And I'm going on my way to be the county sheriff next year. We don't need anybody interfering with that.
Very well, Wyatt. I will not be the one to upset your little plan.
That's all I ask, Doc.
Now enough of this talk. It's high time you showed me to your best fine whiskey.
My pleasure. Now tell me, Doc. Still drinking all over home?
Oh, you know me too well, Wyatt. I hope you got enough this time.
I got 2 full bottles for you, Doc.
2 bottles. Quiet, I'm an alcoholic, not a child. But I'll catch up to you in just a moment.
He's lying. You don't shine that star. Another one. How many herbs y'all got in this town now? 10? 15?
Just 5 of us. More than enough to handle you boys.
I've had it with your brother.
You really running your mouth.
Look here, Tom. Doc Holliday. Look! He's probably going in town, spread more lies about me.
I do believe I've only ever told the truth about you, Frank.
It's mighty good here.
You're a drunken fool.
All right, you know what? That's enough, Doc. That's right, Tom. You can hold me back.
There's no need to worry, Tom. Nothing will come of this. You see, Frank talks. And he talks. But he never does back up any of those threats. No, sir, he is just a coward.
You mind your words, Holiday. I will shoot you where you stand.
I'm through with your words, Frank. You threaten me. You threaten the Earth Boys. I'm sick of hearing it. What do you say we settle this little blood feud? Hear it now.
Say we do. Give me a minute, Tom. You see what you doing with my gun, boy? You didn't hand that back off. Tom, give me my gun. He just embarrassed me. I didn't shoot him. I swear I heard him laughing at me on
What's it gonna be, cowboy?
Well, as you can see, I ain't rightly fixed to a gunfight now. If I was, I'd take my gun. I'd talk. I'm sorry.
I'll do this whole town a favor.
I got a gun now.
It would be real easy, too.
Hey, take you to push me. Why'd you risk him? You want to fight so bad? He's the one waving his gun around.
What, this gun do you
Yeah, you
want?
want to say enough. The both of you get out of here before you get more fight. Let's go! I'll be back for you. I'll be back. You're breaking city ordinance during that gun around. Get it checked. Doc has a gun. What? Oh, okay.
Well, Morgan, that was fun.
No, you showed up a strange idea of fun, Doc.
Perhaps. Farewell, Mr. Herb. I find myself suddenly bored.
We'll see you around. Hey! As loud as you can boo. I didn't think so. Quiet, Herb, you get on out of here, Mr. Dodge City.
We don't have time for this.
You're gonna tell him. You're gonna tell him he's got a fight coming.
Frank, I'm an officer of law. I want to hear that kind of talk.
How about you, Wyatt?
I'm gonna fight you, Frank.
I thought so.
No money in it.
Ha!
Money in it, huh? Well, then I reckon it's about time we fetch all this fight and talk too close anyhow. Boys, you tell Holiday. You let him know I'll be waiting for him come morning. Ma'am? Matter of fact, I'll be waiting for all of you.
Those interest once that hangover sets in.
Lucky what? You'll pass out and forget about the whole thing.
Kurt, when's your luck ever been that good?
Never.
How dare you get all that here, Lunger? I'm calling you out, you runt of a man. I'm gonna come gun you down just as soon as I get on this boardwalk. Come on, Lunger.
Oh, it is a baby.
There's a step there.
Wow.
Kick this door off its hinges. Come in there and gun you down.
Woo!
Housekeeping. I'm gonna give you a count. Yeah, I can't count. You get out.
Looking for someone, Frank?
Ouch. I was looking for your pal Holiday. Seeing you three any sooner, I'd have shot y'all first.
Glad to disappoint you, Frank. Morgan, hold that drunk over to the city jail. Want to go find Judge Wallace?
Gladly, first. He says he's gonna find a walrus. We're in the desert, Virgin. All right, Frank. I believe you already know what. Morgan, no, if I had me my gun back, I'd make a fight with you. Your whole apartment. Yeah. Fight you want so bad? Take your gun back. What I do? Hey.
You've been our family for months, Frank. You're right to shoot you down. Hey, do it.
Yeah.
But you're right. Try, boy. Take that bottle.
Take my bottle? I've got the reflexes of a wildcat. If you can take my bottle. Can I have that back?
Boo! Woo! Boo!
Quiet! Hear what your pal Holiday did to Frank. Now, listen, I know he's a fool when he's drunk, but Frank's harmless. See, y'all don't call roughing him up. Your fellas carrying guns and making threats. Lucky he's still alive. Who do you think you are? A Dodge City pimp coming down here telling us how to live.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh. Ouch.
What happened? Where's Frank? Frank got himself thrown in jail.
Well, that's his problem.
His problem? You've seen how Doc and them no good earth's been treating him.
Come on, he does this everywhere we go. He gets a few drinks in him, thinks he can whip his way in wildcats. Well, I'm sick of it.
Family's family, Billy. If you get back my brother's play every time, why do we keep you around?
And what if he's wrong?
Get your hands off him.
Frank had his fun and he's paid his fine. He's free to go. So get him out of here and clear out of our town. Go home and settle down. Look, I don't want to see another one of you cowboys in town the rest of the day. not care what happens between here and Mexico, but I do.
Sheriff Behan, you want to stand up there and talk to us about Sheriff Behan? See, I'll tell you something about that sheriff. He's a smart man. Leaves us cowboys alone. You know, he may even find himself living a nice, long, happy life. Like some people. Such you're making threats again, Frank. No, Morgan, I don't make threats. When I say man dies, he dies.
I've known men like you my whole life, Frank. You don't scare me. I'll go down to Charleston, down to San Simon. I'll fight you and every man in your gang. You hurt my family, I will kill you.
See that there? There's tough talk. That's real tough talk. Just a shame it's coming from a dead man.
Stop.
You know, you boys had your chance. Tried to run us all out of town. Look around yourselves. We're still here. We ain't leaving. All this ends today. Y'all are done living. Let's go, boys.
There's gonna be more cowboys coming in town any minute.
What do we do about their big guns? You know, Curly Bill? Johnny Ringo?
It's not their problem. Frank gets himself shot dead. There's more spoils for the rest of them.
And at the rate he's going, what? That just may happen, yeah.
And he's drunk and suspicious. We don't know about that deal like me. Turning friends if that Benson stage hold up. Ringo and Curly Bill find out. Not gonna sit well.
If they bury us, they bury the secret.
Police business, Doc, there is nothing here for you.
Well, there are more cowboys in town, Virgil. Word has it, they're gunning for you. Looks to me like you could use all the friends you could get.
Look, we'll be able to find and handle those cowboys, Doc.
They're not far from here. They're held up in the empty lot behind the OK Corral on Fremont Street. They look to mean business and boys. They've got guns.
We're just gonna have to take those guns away from them.
Virgil.
Doc, if you're coming with us, you need to listen to me. I want you to hang back. But I also want you to hang on to this. Well, come along.
Them Herbs got no business. Billy, you heard him. They're calling us horses. Stagecoach robbers.
Well, I mean, technically, we are horses. I mean, this morning.
Billy, hey, Bill. Do me a favor, all right?
Yeah.
Take a look. See them all?
Yeah.
That's real good. None of them like you.
What do we do now?
It's simple, Bill. The Arabs get here, we're going to take care of it.
Take care of them. Hey, you don't mean we're gonna shoot them, do ya?
No, nothing violent like that, Billy.
Alright.
We're gonna head up to that epitaph to put an angry letter in the newspaper for those Earps.
What?
The big black border and
Yeah.
you idiot, we're gonna shoot him. What is wrong with you?
Hey, you guys, you know, buddy.
Now you got it.
Now put up your hands, boys. We're here for those guns. Wait out one that.
TV. Yeah.
Frank Lowry, dead. Tom McLowry, dead. Billy Clanton, dead. And that was it. Over before it ever started. 2 months after this gunfight, Virgil Earp was ambushed outside the Crystal Palace Saloon. 3 shotguns went off, but he still refused to die. Crippled up pretty bad, Virgil wandered the West. Not as lucky was Wyatt's kid brother Morgan. He was shot in the back and killed, playing a game of pool up on Allen Street. Morgan died at midnight, March 19th, 1882. Now, in 1887, the year this whole town began to fall apart, after a lifetime of drinking and smoking, well, tuberculosis caught up with yours truly up in Colorado. I don't care to talk about it. Wyatt was the last man standing out of all this. He spent his days traveling. Wyatt made his way from Idaho to Alaska, finally ending up in Jazz Age Hollywood, searching for another tombstone and the chance to get things right again. He never would find it. When Wyatt died in Los Angeles in 1929, just ahead of his 81st birthday, his final words, suppose. And that, folks, is our show. We